Hey everyone, welcome to Jay's Quick Thoughts. So today there's been an update on what's going on with Warner Brothers. So Warner Brothers has been doing this thing where they cancel animated movies that are either almost complete or fully completed. These have included Looney Tunes projects and Scooby-Doo projects. And it's been very frustrating to both animation fans and people in the industry. And one of these movies was an animation live-action hybrid called Coyote Vs Acme about the Looney Tunes character Wile E. Coyote. So this film was supposed to come out a couple of years ago, but it got scrapped by Warner Brothers. So this article is from February of 2024, so last year, but it was supposed to come out in 2023. Yeah. So the SAG-AFTRA strike may be over, but studio shenanigans are evergreen. Warner Brothers decided not to release its planned Wile E. Coyote movie, Coyote Vs. Acme, on November 8th, 2023, despite its being a completed project. As with Batgirl, another film that was canceled, the studio will instead opt for a tax write-off, and they've just been doing that with multiple projects, believing that even though these films are basically done, or literally done, it's more beneficial to the company to just write them off for tax purposes. And some of the people who were extremely disappointed were the stars of these films, like Will Forte. The film starred John Cena and Will Forte and cost $72 million to make. For 3 years, I was lucky enough to make a movie about Wile E. Coyote, the most persistent, passionate, and resilient character of all time, director Dave Green tweeted in response to the cancellation. I was surrounded by a brilliant team who poured their souls into this project. Still, for those involved in the film and those of us who wanted to see it, there was hope another studio would buy the film off of Warner Brothers. Now that's looking unlikely, and The Wrap is reporting that if the studio does decide to scrap the film, it won't even bother to announce it. It will simply be gone like a roadrunner zooming into the night. But luckily for the people behind this movie, it did get picked up by another studio. So this was very recent, this is just from yesterday, where even though the movie's been scrapped for a couple of years, there are people who are still passionate enough to try to salvage these films. And now it looks like Coyote vs. Acme will be coming to theaters, which I think is great and a lot of people are pretty happy about. And now the people behind the film are reacting to it, and it's really nice to see, honestly, how there is a lot of passion left in Hollywood. But the article starts with, when Coyote vs. Acme was canceled by Warner Brothers as a tax write-off, no one was more disappointed than star Will Forte. He had been cast in the movie as Wile E. Coyote's lawyer, and he'd been so excited about the film. The backlash to the cancellation was swift, and it spread all over social media. People were furious, especially since Warner Brothers had also recently scrapped the highly anticipated Batgirl and the Scooby-Doo flick Scoob Holiday Haunt. I think that one is the one that had the Hex Girls in it, but that was unfortunately scrapped, which a lot of people, both Scooby-Doo and specifically Hex Girl fans, were really disappointed about. But it continues with, and eventually the pushback resulted in success. Ketchup Entertainment, who had previously released The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie, saved Coyote vs. Acme by acquiring the film for a theatrical release. Yeah, and for The Day the Earth Blew Up, Warner Brothers didn't even bother advertising that film, really, which is so disappointing. I do think that David Zaslav and Warner Brothers as a company is basically just focusing on the suits and the corporate aspect to the business instead of the creative and artistic aspect of it. And I understand that, you know, they're a profit-driven company, but when there's something that people are passionate about and really want to see, and for the suits to just ignore all of it for the sake of their own bottom line is just kind of classic Hollywood shenanigans and being out of touch, to say the least. And I think that them getting so much pushback is not going to be good for their bottom line either, but it is good to see that other studios are stepping in and trying to fix this. While at the premiere of his new show, The Four Seasons, on April 24th, Forte got the chance to share with a Hollywood Reporter his elation over the film being saved. I never thought it would happen. I'm sure many people didn't think it would happen, but it's nice to be pleasantly surprised. So it just came out of nowhere and I'm so thrilled, he said. Thank you, Ketchup Entertainment. I'm so excited for people to see this movie. I'm gonna promote the crap out of it. Just tell me what you want me to do and I'll go. I'll do whatever. Go to the top of Mount Everest. I'm there. I wish Warner Brothers had the same enthusiasm for producing movies, but here we are. This happiness stands in sharp contrast to the anger Forte felt when the film was first canceled. He was asked his thoughts on the film's demise by MovieWeb, and he answered, "My thoughts were that it's effing BS. It is such a delightful movie, it deserves so much better." People who had seen the script at that point had reported back that they thought it was great. Yeah, and The Day the Earth Blew Up also got really good reviews, both critically and audience-wise. But unfortunately, it did not perform well at the box office, and I do put most of that on Warner Brothers. I think that they're more interested in just burying it and, having their tax write-offs than anything else, which really sucks. But at least the people who are behind these films that are creative are getting a little hope and a little ray of sunshine that these projects will see the light of day. I can't tell you possibly why the decision was made to not release it, tax write-offs, but it makes my blood boil, Forte went on. And thank you for asking me about it, because I like talking about the movie. I don't want people to forget what they did to us. Yeah, sometimes corporations are gonna corporation. But that being said, I appreciate them letting us make it. But don't let us make this thing that we fall in love with and then not show it. I mean, I would understand if the thing sucked, but it's really good. So far, the movie doesn't have a release date yet, but I'm personally excited to see it. And I'm really glad that it's coming out despite Warner Brothers. No one knows yet when Coyote vs. Acme will hit cinemas, just that it eventually will. A lot of people are looking forward to it though, because of its great cast and witty plot. In addition to Forte, John Cena and Lana the Corridor will star in the movie, which tells the story of Wile E. Coyote deciding to sue Acme Corp because their devices have let him down one too many times during his pursuit of the Roadrunner. Yeah, that's actually a funny point. They do tend to blow up in his face, which would be pretty bad for publicity for Acme. And I think it's great that they're having these, creative ideas about the Looney Tunes, which has existed for, almost a century at this point. And we're still getting very creative and fun stories with them. And I really hope that this film does well because, like it says here, The Day the Earth Blew Up didn't do well. But again, it's not because it's a bad movie or because people weren't interested in it, but because Warner Brothers is basically more interested in nuking their own projects just because the Suits thinks that that's what's best. But it's great to have some good news come out of Hollywood. I really hope that Warner Brothers is able to lighten up a bit and not worry so much about tax write-offs. But I'm happy that other companies are able to come in and try to fix this. I'm personally looking forward to Coyote vs. Acme. I think a lot of other people are too. Let me know if you're going to see the movie when it comes out. As always, I look forward to hearing from you. But with that being said, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching, everyone. I really appreciate it. Before I go, I want to give a shout out to our members: Tyrant Carnivore, Shiny Orc Boy, Depth Charge Media, Samaru163, Gabby Hime, Verdant Range, JVR, Equestron, Norman Sweet Cream, Way Beyond Coincidence, Hunter Rose, 80s Nostalgia Guy, Felix Bam, Lucas Geist, J Draws, Meowsers, Sky, Philip, Isaac Martinez, Garcia XV Legend, Tobias Weller, Bandito Bane, Mac B909, Dakari the Professor, Todd McCaffrey, Omni Fair, General Bolivar, Cavalcoj, Strider Exile, Phil C, Killer Bomb, Slawa Saporiguez, Entwined Boot 301, Griffin of Might, Frankie Camarillo, Datadyne Executive, Crimson Phantom, Jin the Goblin, Papa Hud 69, The Gengar King, and Daunter. Thank you for the support, and if you want to become a member, you can hit the join button next to the subscribe button. We also have Buy Me Coffee if you want to support us that way. And if you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and that part's free. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.